Thanks for listening to The Adam Carolla Show on Podcast One.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is the only bed that effortlessly adjusts and responds to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. During our lowest prices of the season, the new Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 Smart Bed is only $8.99. Only for limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
It's Peacocktober. All month long, stream your Halloween favorites on Peacock. The biggest names in horror, like Freddy Krueger, Jason, Chucky, and more, streaming now. Plus, be the first to see Jamie Lee Curtis take on Michael Myers in the new movie Halloween Kills. In theaters and streaming only on Peacock, October 15th. And for a new universe of monsters, check out the Peacock original series, Girl in the Woods. Face your fears and stream it all this Peacocktober. Sign up now at peacocktv.com.
All right, first half. I saw a Rams game at SoFi Stadium for the first time ever with my son. I have 1,000 thoughts, so I'll get into that in the first half. First, there's Geico. Do you own? Do you rent? Well, you do one or the other, right? You know, it's hard work out there. Owning, renting. You want to save some money? How about you bundle? Bundle your policies at Geico. Geico makes it easy to bundle the homeowners or renters insurance along with your auto policy. It's a good thing, too, because you got so much to do already. Go to geico.com, get a quote, see just how much you could save at Geico. That is geico.com today. That's geico.com.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And welcome to T-Pain's Nappy Boy Radio Podcast. The most fun you'll ever listen to while you're folding your clothes. Now, let's get this straight. This is not your average podcast. T-Pain's Nappy Boy Radio is super fun, super crazy. It's pretty much an in-your-face conversation. That's the good thing about us. We don't do interviews. We do conversations. All of my guests, all of my co-hosts, we chill. We drink. We play games. We have the song of the week. We have the creative curse word of the week. As long as you're having fun as our guest. Speaking of guests, each week I'm going to go through my whole contact list and dive head first into the world of music, gaming, exotic cars, tech, strippers probably, doctors probably strippers that are only stripping so they can pay for tuition to become a doctor. You never know. My wife is a certified bartender. She'll make you a drink while you're here. We'll get you drunk and make you play VR after. It's a lot going on. But that's what it's all about over here at T-Pain's Nappy Boy Radio Podcast. See you soon, baby!
From Carolla One Studios in Glendale, California, this is the Adam Carolla Show. Adam's guest today, comedian Jessie Mae Peluso, with Gina Grad back on news. And now, tool of the patriarchy, Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but to get on. A mandate. You get it on. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for telling a friend. We love that about you, right, Gina Grad?
That's right.
And Bald.
You.
Bald is still in Maine, and we're carrying on. I think he's back tomorrow, so he'll be in studio. For that, Gina back from her mini honeymoon.
Yeah, a little mini moon over the weekend.
Me back from SoFi Stadium.
Oh, nothing.
Yeah. So, all right, let me explain. I have many thoughts. Why I'm the world's greatest dad.
I'm all ears.
Because I have been traveling for the last 3 weeks and weekends. And anyone who knows me, you know, all I want is crack that beer, watch the game with the boys, and relax. Now, remember, last week we were able to do some of that, but then headed out to Gina's wedding. Yeah. All right. So I had this weekend circled on my calendar of this will be the month. Before it, I was running everywhere, but this will be the weekend I get to wake up, collect Sonny, even collected Phil, and said, we will go and we'll watch football with the boys, we will eat, we will drink, and we will be merry.
That's the plan. That
is the plan. So I came in here Sunday morning to do the podcast. I brought Phil and Sonny. Told Sonny, take Phil, go to the other shop, go find the boys, settle in. Papa's going to go to work. And then as soon as I'm done, I'll come join you, and we shall relax. At some point, maybe about 45 minutes into the show, I see Sonny's head walk past the window and then walk around again.
Not supposed to be here?
Not supposed to be here. So I thought to myself, what's going on over there? Is there somebody there? Could he get in? Are the boys there? What's new? Well, they then find out that Cousin Sal has offered tickets for us to go to SoFi Stadium and watch the Rams game. And those who know me know I much prefer sitting home with food, with the beer,
big sectional,
watching all the games.
Yes.
Versus not really watching. Well, going to a concert is great. Going to a ball game today with all the replay and the high def and all this kind of stuff, I actually kind of prefer to watch it from home.
Yeah.
But
and depending who your friends are, there's slightly less of a chance you're going to get sucker punched if you're home.
Yes, and you're sitting on a folding plastic seat, and you're eating stadium food, and we can go eat whatever food we want, blah, blah, blah. So Sonny gives me the, during the break, he's like, SoFi tickets, Dad. Come on, they're playing the Cardinals 3-0. Cardinals 3-0, Rams 3-0, home game. We got tickets, Cousin Sal. We got a parking space. So I'm like, oh, good. And, as much as you guys are all rolling your eyes going, hey, it doesn't sound too shabby, it's not. But 3 weeks of traveling every single weekend. And my proclamation is I just want to park my keister on a sectional and watch football.
That's what you've been working toward.
Doesn't involve getting from here to SoFi Stadium, which is a pile of traffic and an hour commute, and then parking, and then walking, and then figuring out if you're on the Loge or the Lido deck. But so I say, okay. And Sonny skedaddles out, and now I'm thinking about it. Like, I got to try to talk.
The rest of the show was so
this
maudlin.
Kid out of this, I get there. And I got my argument. What are we going to do with Phil?
Yeah.
What are we going to do with Phil?
Can't leave
Phil's
him.
with us. Can't take him to the stadium. I've wrapped the show. I walk over to the other warehouse where everyone's watching football. Timeline is the game's 1 o'clock kickoff, and it's about noon. And then I walk in and I go, hey, Sonny, first off, some nuts and bolts. Like, we didn't think about this. And he goes, Mom's picking up Phil at 12:30. Ed's going to stay here until Phil gets picked up, and we're ready to go. And I'm like, God damn it. So I go, okay, we're going. We're going to SoFi.
What can't Adam complain about?
That's right.
Well, look, had I had the SoFi thing circled on the calendar and had I not been out of town for the prior 3 weeks, I would have been definitely up for it. But this sounded like one more thing to do.
This sounds like work.
Yeah, a little bit. So I said, all right, we shall do it. And we had 3 tickets, and we were going to meet Sal's friend Mikey Meatballs out there. So we had 4 altogether. So I told the Grizz, Scott Holmes, I said, you're the driver. You drive my car. I'm riding shotgun.
Sorry. Just so I can follow along. There's the Grizz and Mikey Meatballs, and these people are over 25?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mikey Meatballs is under 25. The Grizz is well over.
Got it.
So I say, fine, here we go. So we're going over. Now, I have 2 thoughts as we're driving to this stadium. First thought is, it's hot outside.
Yeah.
It's been hot outside.
It's been like 98, 100.
It's been weird hot outside and weird hot on the west side, like 92 degrees on the west side, where it's normally cooler where SoFi is. So my first thought is, how's this stadium laid out? I know they got a roof.
Right.
But it's not a dome. Are they controlling or conditioning the air in this place?
There's like an opening under the roof, right?
Yes. And I'm thinking, well, this is the most advanced stadium that has ever been built in humanity. Really, certainly in the United States in the last 10 years. So I'm like, all right, they got to be able to control the air somehow. And then my next thought is food.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to sit there and order some Zanku or order some, God knows, that's the thrill. What are we going to order for lunch? Everyone has an argument and an agreement and who's going to pay and blah, blah, blah. So the 2 thoughts are the food and the temperature because it's hot outside. So we're driving in And I don't know if you found, what was I saying? It was Grand, but it was Gage or something street?
Yeah, Gage Avenue.
I grew up in Los Angeles, and there are many streets, thankfully, I've never been on. But when you take the 110 and you get off on Gage
South,
and you cut all the way across heading to the airport,
you can gauge your likelihood to be murdered.
it is some weird, dicey.
Yeah.
You can always tell the neighborhood by the sort of makeshift fences that are going up in front and all the bars on the windows and everything.
Yeah.
So at least I got to do my favorite activity when Sonny's in the car, which is drive down Gage and point at shit boxes and go, how'd you like to live there, Sonny? How'd you like to live there? And it was funny because as I was saying that to Sonny, Grizz, Scott, who was driving my car, noted, as we're pointing at these little 30s stucco shit boxes with dirt lawns and lots of wrought iron over the windows and doors and everything like that. As we were driving in, and I was saying to Sonny, how'd you like to live there? How'd you like to live there? Scott then replied, I can't afford to live here.
Oh, no.
He's in an apartment. He's a renter. He's been here for years. He's working for Cousin Sal. He makes a living.
Yeah.
He ain't rich. And it then dawned on me, oh, yeah, these shit boxes I'm making fun of are $750,000.
I feel you, Grizz.
Yeah. So it was funny that I was saying, how'd you like to live in the shit box?
Yeah.
And I had a guy in the car who'd love to live in
Boy,
one
would
of those
I.
shit boxes, but he can't afford it. Now, I was like, these cannot be over $500,000.
Oh, come
They
on.
cannot.
You do not spend any time on Zillow.
I know. They are so depressing and small and dangerous and shitty. How could this be over $500,000? And I don't know. I asked Chris if he can check some of those houses.
I'm looking at the average price, and it's about $660,000 average.
Yeah.
I mean, some go as low as $580,000, and
As
some
low
go as
as-
high as like $750,000, $760,000.
Yeah. That's
so
it.
wherever this is essentially Tijuana with the bars on the windows and the bad stucco jobs and
Potholes.
1,400 square feet
Yeah.
and dirt lawns and everything else, and everything is over $500,000.
Yeah, we're all priced out of it.
If you want to know, if you're living in Salt Lake City or someplace like that, you want to know what $500K. And by the way, $500K is not going to do it. You're going to to get the halfway decent place here is $700,000. Maybe $750,000, but you would never want to live there. You would never want to live there.
I have alerts for like places I'm not super excited about, like Northridge and like Granada Hills. I might as well turn it off. The starting rate is $875 for these like valley houses.
Right. I bought my first house under the Hollywood sign in Hollywood Land for $350,000.
God damn it.
It was a beater. Like it had the bones, but it needed a ton of work. But it was still $350,000. That was in '96,
and that was the house because I think I've been there. That was the house that had like a viewing window for the pool, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that was Lake
that
Hollywood,
house was
and that was later. That was 1.6.
Oh, that was gorgeous.
And that was a beater too, but I brought it back. Either way. Ironically, the Grizz could not afford to purchase a house where I was threatening Sonny that one day you could end up in one of these houses.
Rich man, poor man.
And then we got to the stadium. And again, I had two thoughts. Thoughts were temperature and food. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about the food. Like the stadium food of my youth was such shit, but I realized, oh no, that we're in the modern era
this
now.
Is SoFi.
This is SoFi. There's going to be good food here. So, and I don't know why, but I had in my mind's eye, I was picturing this big Jody Maroney sausage dog with the onions and the peppers on top and the deli mustard. And
You
I was
like Chicago style?
I love
the big
that.
Spears,
I
me too.
love Chicago style.
Same.
So I was like, okay, all right. That's what I'm going to get. So we get into the stadium, and I'm like, it's hot in the stadium. Well, the reason it's hot is because it's got a big glass roof, and
They're little ants.
no air.
Right.
Just it's got an opening between the roof and the top of the stadium, which is probably 3 stories. But first thing you notice is it's all subterranean. You got to go down like 8 stories.
Right.
They dug it in because of the airspace. So they had to lower the roof line because it's on the approach to LAX.
Wow.
So they couldn't go up.
Right.
I'm guessing your average stadium that is on the soil line is 10, could be 10, 12 stories tall. Maybe 8 to 12 tall, but they could only afford to go maybe 4 or 5 stories up, so they had to go down.
That's really interesting.
Because they're right on the approach.
Right, yeah, you can't be that close.
Right.
Does it cool it off knowing that you're with the mole people?
You'd think, but it was still really fucking hot in there because
Yeah.
it was 92 degrees outside. They had a big glass dome on the top, and there was no air conditioning in the place. So I was hot. So I said, all right, number 2, let's find some food. Went in. They had the pizza line. Sonny got a pizza. The personal pan pizza. It's the size of a a radio flyer wagon wheel, probably 7 inches across, 7 inches around.
Is it north or south of $13?
It didn't matter. Thicker and shit. The crust, it was just the thickest, fucking shittiest crust in the world. Just the worst. Like the shittiest pizza ever. And then I was like, all right, fine for the boy. I'm finding my Jody Maroney dog. And I went in search of the dogs.
Ew, that's just a piece of focaccia bread.
We're looking at a piece of it. Yeah, but these were round, by the way, Max Spada. But either way, the thing's
No
an
good.
1.25 inches thick.
It's like a French bread pizza.
It's this super chewy, doughy, fucking carby pizza that dumb people like. I'm not talking about thick crust. Thick crust pizza is its own genre. It's its own category. This is not that. It is all the trappings of thick crust without any of the good stuff of the thick crust.
It's like the cheapest frozen pizza you can get at the grocery store is called self-rising. It's that shitty, squishy crust.
Squishy, thick, chewy, doughy crust. So, of course, they fucked the pizza up. And then, God forbid, I mean, here's what I don't get in life. Anyone who goes to New York and anyone who goes to John's or one of these other pizza joints buys the slice.
Yeah.
That is super thin crust, big wedge of pizza, can't support its own weight when you lift it up, starts to droop at the end. You fold it in half, you taco it, you turn it sideways. The world agrees that is the best pizza. The world agrees.
New York's
That is
famous
the
for it.
pizza we want.
Yes.
And then we also agree that the pizza from our youth, the school pizza, the junior high pizza, the big chewy square-shaped whatever, nobody wants that pizza.
No.
Why not just do the pizza that everyone enjoys the most? Sell it by the slice.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine if they opened a John-style pizza? Like, there's nothing better than going into one of those pizzerias in the village and buying it by the slice. Just sell it by the fucking slice. But now it's a personal, comes in a box, chewy, doughy shit.
Do dumb people think they're getting more of a bargain because it's called a whole pizza?
I have a theory.
Okay.
There was, to be fair, a fairly extravagant Mexican food place, kind of Chipotle-esque, get your burritos, get your whatevers. And then the hot dog was on a different level, and that was simply a plain dog and a plain bun and a little cellophane, a little foil sleeping bag. And you got packets of relish and packets of ketchup and packets.
That's
no onion.
That's a Chernobyl dog. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Fucking horrible. Fucking shit show.
I thought the whole point was that they had gourmet food.
Yeah, so the chefs, they signed the deal with SoFi. It's John and Vinny from John and Vinny's. So they're James Beard Award-winning chefs. And the way they do it is they have 4 different kind of restaurants you can order from. One's called Fairfax, and it's burgers and deli. One's called Olvera Street, and that's the Mexican food.
I guess I was on the Alvera Street side, but I couldn't find.
Didn't even get a street
You got to
dog.
walk a quarter mile, and I wasn't going to do it. So I just went, oh, fuck it with the food. So I just got a drink, and I went and sat back down. So I have a theory. I have always had this L.A. theory, which is if you tried to pass off this pizza in New York, they would burn the fucking stadium down.
Absolutely.
But you do find good Mexican food, but the hot dogs, anyone from Chicago or New York would never stop throwing up when they saw those hot dogs, and or the pizza, which is LA is very Latino, and I don't think those people know New York pizza. They do know Mexican food, so you can't fuck with them with the Mexican food. When it comes to the pizza, they don't give a fuck. And if you had a bunch of Jews from New York in that stadium, they would be pissed and they would say something, but we don't have a bunch of Jews from New York.
Who the hell bought the stadium?
I know, the Jews.
Oh, this
they
is
control
very
the stadium. So
no, I think you're right about that.
That was horrible. And then it was a funny thing. So there was a guy in front of us, a couple guys, they seemed to recognize me. And they were eating a hot dog. And I was like, at some point, I said, where'd you get the hot dog? Did they have a good hot dog? I was like, nah, it's just this hot dog. And I was okay. So now we get into the fourth quarter, and I've made my peace with it, which is fine. I'm not going to eat shitty food at the stadium.
Good for you.
Vinny would be happy for me. And so I'm just sitting there nursing my drink, and at some point, about 10 minutes left of the game, the guy in front of us comes back and hands us a box, 4 hot dogs with all the little packets of relish and everything. It's like, you wanted hot dogs. I'm a big fan. I got everyone a hot dog, which was sweet.
You don't like these kind of favors.
I just ate the fucking hot dog anyway. I didn't enjoy it at all, but it was the thought that counted.
Yeah.
So there was that. And then the Rams got crushed by the Cardinals. So I could have seen that from home.
Please tell me Sonny caught a beating for wanting to go to this.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know me.
I know
Open
how
a
you
can of whoop ass.
Spare
on
the
him.
rod, spoil the child.
That is right. The ramrod, which is what they should call the hot dog. I've said this a million times. You got the Dodger dog and the ramrod.
Yeah, it looked like a ramrod.
All right, so there was that. Then we got Gina back from Idlewild.
Yeah.
Wild, sorry.
Have you been there before?
Probably.
Okay. Well, let me...
I have no idea. I could have been there last weekend.
Dawson. Okay. So we got married last weekend. I don't know when we're going to do a honeymoon. I just don't want to miss 7-10 days of this show, and COVID, who knows where you can even go. So we're not worried about that right now. That'll be something for maybe next year. So I had the good foresight to book a cabin a couple months ago, just a little decompression weekend. And one of my superpowers is finding fucking great Airbnbs. I don't want to just go to a house that looks like a house in someone's, suburban neighborhood. So I found this great cabin. I had never been to Idlewild. The weather was 60 to 72, depending. It was glorious. And I've been a Big Bear 1,000 times. Idlewild is like Big Bear that doesn't give a shit about you, which is the best. They're not trying to rent you skis. They're not trying to rent you, off-road bikes. It's just they're their own little town. They don't care about you. By all means, come, but we don't care. Loved it. So right when we got there, we caught the most glorious sunset I have ever seen. And Kansas has great sunsets because of the dirt and shit. But this was glorious. We have a bunch of pictures. That's how you're greeted in Idlewild.
Beautiful,
just
beautiful
stunning
sunset.
So we get there and it's all beautiful. I have a couple pictures of the cabin and the deck, the view from the deck. It was a 2-story cabin, 360 degrees with a hot tub, and I really outdid myself. I did a great job.
I got to tell you, the ride to SoFi is devastating.
Yes.
It is the most devastating ride. It is Damnation Alley, man.
Yes.
I was pre-depressed before I got there. But sorry, you're in Idlewild. Yes, I'm looking at beautiful vistas and greenery.
Yeah, this is just...
replete with homeless guys staggering around.
2 men enter, 1 man leave.
The whole mess, yeah.
It is a shit show. And that's what we wanted to get away from for 48 hours. So we accomplished that. I have been there's a picture from the cabin. I was up there in what I deem the napping loft, so we could sleep downstairs. Yeah, it was beautiful. And I've been so conscious, just really conscious of my food for the last 5 months, and got to have it. That's not in your eating window. And I was like, I'm not doing that this weekend. So we went to a place called Mama's Egg House, which was the best. And I said, I'm ordering something I never order. I never order it anyway. I want waffles, big Belgian waffles. So, that's a brew pub we went to, which was great. Okay, we're looking at a brew pub. There's my waffles. Beautiful sausage, eggs, got a little cheese on top. And I enjoyed every bite. House-made blueberry jam. I didn't regret it. I put life into living. Fuck you if you tell Vinny. The picture that Kaylin just put up, we sat on this rail at this great brew pub. I don't see a mask in that crowd. Do you? No. Idlewild's not trying to do that to you. Yeah. There's a lot of signs that say if you're vaccinated, come on in without a mask. If you're not, please wear one. But everything we did was kind of outside-ish, and they just don't. They're all good. It felt like we were really in a different place. It's just beautiful having a beer among the trees. It was so lovely. Now, they have one movie theater. It looks like something from the back lot at Universal. Their big movie they were showing was Cry Macho, which I think everyone had on Netflix. Look at this movie theater. And when I say movie theater, I mean this is from a different century. There's a car singing in front of it that I think is a Jaguar. At first we thought there it is. That's the movie theater.
It's a Jaguar. Wow.
That's the theater.
Single story movie.
That's
the
it.
Ceiling's 7 feet high.
We didn't go in, but I thought it was adorable. I was like, is that an Aston Martin? What am I looking at? That is a Jaguar, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we had no idea why it was parked in front of the movie theater.
I think it's a Jag 120 if people want to know.
Like icy blue. Does that car have anything to do with James Bond?
No.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of. Now, there used to be a James Bond car, Aston Martin DB545. Now they're changing it up, and he's getting his nutsack smacked with a garden hose, and the chicks are in charge, and he's driving a fucking Prius.
Okay, so
he's got a plug-in electric now.
Right.
I mean, there's a new woke Bond. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that guy, but he used to drive an Aston Martin DB5.
That's why I thought it was an Aston Martin, because there's like a coming soon James Bond poster in the window.
I see.
Turns out didn't have anything to do with that. I hear something behind the theater, and I look down, and it's like some guy's kind of doing stand-up, or kind of sounds like an auction, and I don't understand anything they're saying. I should have recorded it, but the guy's like, the next one is like Class D, and it's a JX Regency in red. And I was like, what? What does this even mean? I looked it up, and they're like these gorgeous vintage sports cars. I'd never heard of those words or it was just a bunch of really nicely dressed white people in the forest. It was very the bingo scene from Get Out, like they're buying people. It was very weird, but apparently there was some big expensive auction behind the theater.
They're doing an auction.
Yeah,
I could probably find out which one it was.
It was in Idlewild over the weekend. It was fancy because we were definitely asked to leave. And so we just had this beautiful time. Oh, I didn't realize this, but it was like national, come out in favor of, support the women in Texas. And so they had
they had a big march.
They had,
a rally?
In Idlewild, they had
not Idlewild.
They had just the charmingest little protest of like a dozen women. And it was just adorable. Maybe the greatest poster I've ever seen.
No wire hangers. Oh, man.
From Mommy Dearest.
About
the abortion laws. No wire hangers ever.
Yeah.
No wire hangers ever!
I was listening to Alyssa Milano give a speech in front of the partisan crowd.
Yeah.
Woo!
What
year is it?
So it was lovely. Oh, I'm sorry. There is a picture of the auction, but whatever. It was weird. So we just had this we were hiking, and we were sitting in a hot tub, and there's no cell phone service. And the first thing we did before we even left town, we set our alarms at 10 a.m. We went over to the NoHo Cinemark and watched Many Saints of Newark. Only ones in the crowd.
Is it good?
The room's divided. Andy and I loved it. That is how I look like I'm in shock. My hands are over my mouth.
So you and Andy loved it, and you and Andy have seen every Sopranos episode
almost 30
times.
No,
okay.
30.
30.
And so this hit. It had all the Easter eggs. It had all.
I hear people brag about that. I hear the same individual goes, "I've been to Disneyland 15,000 times." I go,
I've been 3 times.
You think that's praiseworthy?
This is just, and I'm not saying it's like a good thing. I'm saying it's the truth.
It's my comfort food. Love The Sopranos,
yes,
you will love this movie.
Well, that's the thing. I thought so, but there is a lot of backlash and hate and fucking just people just really. I don't know. I want Brian to do a Baldywood, and I'd love to tag team.
As a guy who took Howard Stern's place, as a guy who took Ricky Rackman's place on Loveline, when there's a beloved franchise, and then the new guy shows up.
Oh, they don't like him?
No matter how excellent the new guy is, there's still half the, what the fuck? What happened to? We liked it. There's always that.
Yes.
It wears off.
I thought this movie was really well done. The details, the casting, it was phenomenal. A couple of questions, a couple of problems. I don't care. We were so grateful for the movie. But I think the thing everyone can agree on is we want more. That should have been a series. Hopefully it will be its own series. So we had a lovely weekend. That was the honeymoon, and maybe we'll do something flashy next year. Maybe we won't.
All right. We will roll into our good friends over at Tommy John. Fall, chaos in your pants, overheating 1 second, freezing the next. Be ready for anything with the underwear that handles everything. I'm wearing my Tommy Johns right now. I wouldn't dream of leaving. Let's see, navy blue. Wouldn't dream of leaving the house without them. Breathable, lightweight, moisture-wicking fabric with 4 times the stretch of competing brands. Tommy John doesn't have customers. They have fanatics. Over 16 million pairs sold. This fall, upgrade what's underneath with new Tommy John underwear and their luxuriously soft loungewear as well. Looks good enough to wear anywhere, feels good enough to wear to bed. Stuff is so nice when it starts getting cool outside. You put on your Tommy John loungewear. That is the best pair you'll ever wear. It's free. Guarantee, right, Dawson?
Get 20% off your first order right now at TommyJohn.com/Adam. That's TommyJohn.com/Adam for 20% off. TommyJohn.com/Adam. See site for details.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention one thing. I found Dawson's spirit animal. Dawson, there is
Joe Camel? Or is it the Marlboro Man's horse? Those are only 2. I got it.
Close. There is I'm not even call him a man. There's an entity in Idlewild who, in the middle of the little plaza gazebo, serenaded us. Everyone has their coffee, and he got in the middle of the gazebo and started cranking out his own tunes. And I have a clip of it. Dawson, if you don't love this man, then I don't know you, and I don't want to know you.
Just wish it was through. Here I am.
Oh, Bob Seger.
On the road again.
Yeah. This guy, not trying to impress anybody, not doing, no auto-tune, just some old-ass hippie playing the hits.
Playing Star Game.
Sounds like he's a smoker.
They played I feel like it was maybe a Kansas song. He's like, I used to tech for them. That's another story. It was fantastic.
I call bullshit. You never teched for Kansas. Yeah. All right. We'll take ourselves a break. I got a lot to talk to you about. We got some phone calls, and we'll do all that right after this. Hey, Geico, do you own? Do you rent? Well, you do one or the other, right? It's hard work out there. Owning, renting. You want to save some money? How about you bundle? Bundle your policies at Geico. Geico makes it easy to bundle the homeowners or renters insurance along with your auto policy. It's a good thing, too, because you got so much to do already. Go to geico.com, get a quote, see just how much you could save at Geico. That is geico.com today. That's geico.com.
October 23rd, the Adam Carolla Show is returning to Las Vegas for the Whiskey X Festival at the Cosmopolitan Hotel of Las Vegas. Come and join us. Taste and learn about over 60 whiskeys, including the best of American, Scotch, Irish, single malts, rye, and more. That's right, a festival of whiskey and a killer place to discover great music. Special musical guests, Fitz and the Tantrums, and St. Paul and the Broken Bones. With great food bites from Jaleo, STK, Bang Bar by Momofuku, Lardo, Holstein's, and Hattie B's Fried Chicken. Go to thecosmopolitanlasvegas.com for tickets. You must be 21 to attend, and keep listening to the show for your chance to win 2 VIP comp tickets. October 23rd, Whiskey X, Cosmopolitan Las Vegas. Get your tickets now at cosmopolitanlasvegas.com.
All right. Jesse May Peluso is going to join us. Very funny stand-up comedian. Gina Grad in studio. Many things to still talk about. Got some phone calls there as well. I went and took a photograph of the placement of the Blue Apron box that was dropped off at my house because this time...
Oh, no.
So...
Last time.
I got up pretty early a few days ago, drove Natalia in to school. Where you drop the kids off, it's always just kind of a question mark about where. And so what I do every day is when I'm driving her in, there's a guy standing there and he's waving me on. Like, oh, come on, come on, come on. And then there's Natalia yelling, I'm running late. Let me get out of the car. And then I go, he's waving us on. We got to pull ahead 20 feet. And then she yells, I'm late again. So it's great service, just early morning service. I'm like, I could pull ahead 20 feet and stop. She's like, just let me out. Just let me out. And there's a guy looking at me and there's a car behind me and this guy's waving on. And I'm going, I got to pull 20 feet ahead. And she's going, you just let me out of the car. I'm late. I'm late.
This is such a New York cab scene.
I know. It's awesome. And I would complain more, but I'm wired like she is. I'm the same way. Like she's one of these people where if the light changes and you don't stomp on it, she's like, it's green. Says it.
Wake up.
You know those people, like, when they're walking behind you down a staircase or something and you stop and you go, hey, I was thinking, they go, I'm late, let's go. Like, this would have taken 6 seconds, but okay. I kind of like it. Yeah. I like the momentum. So, dropped her off and then pulled into my open garage and then went back into the house. I get up, drive him to school, then I come back in, then I take my cold plunge dunk, and then say hi to Phil, and then I pack my stuff up, and then I head out to here. As I then walk back to get my car an hour later and pull out, somebody had dropped off the Blue Apron box. The positioning of this box... I mean, it is my car, and somebody used a transit, the things they use to shoot elevations when they're doing like a road work, and position this thing. It wasn't an eighth of an inch to the right or the left. It was dead nuts center behind my car, 12 feet behind the rear bumper. Garage doors open. It's 9:15 in the morning. I shall be backing up right over the fucking box, you assholes. There is a door that is just to the left. It's the back door. Just put it by the fucking, literally set. I got a couple different angles here, MaxPad, but it is literally set in the middle of the driveway. It is what you would do if you wanted someone to run over your box of food.
Yes.
It's exactly how you would do it.
It looks very villainous. It almost looks like something from a horror film, like it's waiting for you.
It's so fucked up. Like, you're putting it in the middle. First off, you're just setting it in the middle of the driveway.
Never seen that
when
before.
Is that dropping something off? When you set shit in the middle of the driveway. It's like, if you're dropping something off at someone's house, they shouldn't have to walk out and move it so that they can pull out of their driveway, right?
Yeah.
We got to find out who drops off what courier company does that. It's so fucked up.
It does kind of seem passive aggressive.
Now, of course, the last time, again, I'm driving the SUV and the box is 14 inches off the ground. So as I climb into my car and start backing out, I can't fucking see it out of my rear window.
Right. You don't get
Nor
the beep.
do I expect there to be I understand a half hour earlier, I just pulled in. How would I
very
think there would be a
fucking
box
weird.
there? Now, of course, the last time I was holding my coffee mug
Yep.
and the car slammed the brakes on for me.
Right.
I was just doing that quick move where you're backing out. I'm looking out the back window. There's nothing there. Boom, slam on the brakes and spill the coffee all over the console and me. But it's literally,
Looks
I think
very
there's even
ominous.
one from inside the garage, Max Pat. I don't know if I didn't
never
get
got
that
that
one. Oh.
Is this some sort of a serial killer that listens to the show and just loves fucking with you?
I don't know.
This is very
know
like Son of
what's-
Sam,
I
like
don't-
sending you messages.
I don't know, but don't drop shit off in the middle of the fucking driveway.
That doesn't
And
even
this
look real.
time, the garage door was open. The vehicle was parked in the garage. You can see exactly what it's going to take. There's no way to maneuver around the box. You would never see it. It's just directly behind my car in the driveway.
It's aggressive. And if I'm not mistaken, about 4.5, 5 feet to the side is the door, right?
Yes.
So
there's a door.
Just to be clear, they had to walk past the door to put it there.
All right. We got to find out who is the fucking evil merchant that is behind the placement of these boxes. It
Very
drives me
weird.
fucking. Last time, the car slammed the brakes on, and I was like, why did the car slam the brakes on? And I looked out the back window. There's
Nothing
there's
there.
nothing there.
Yeah.
I looked in the rear view mirror, like side mirror. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing there. So I was like, fucking stupid sensors. They haven't worked it all out. So I proceeded to go back and I
No!
started mashing the box.
Yeah.
That's what I did last time.
Oh, good.
All right. First world problems, people. First SoFi Stadium, now Blue Apron box placement. All right. So there was that. Another thing I was thinking about, there was this video going around with Kirsten Sinema, and somebody basically was filming her because we're in a new world order where if you don't like what the politician is doing, you then go show up at their house,
Yeah.
or you follow them around
Yeah.
and film them, or you attack them when they're going out to eat with their
Sure.
family or whatever. And so there's this woman following Kirsten Sinema around. It's the budget thing, and she wants 1.5 trillion, and they want 3.5 trillion, and she's a Democrat, but she's going with the lower number, so people are pissed off that she's not spending more of their money. So she was being followed around, but she got followed into the bathroom.
Oh, boy.
But the dude the woman was following her, asking the question, but the person filming it, I think Max Zapata, was a dude. And the dude just walked in too. All right, I'll show it to you. We'll see if we got it.
Okay, I'll be back.
So she.
we want to talk to you real quick. Want to talk to you real quick?
So it's a dude filming.
Right now is a real moment that our people need in order for us to be able to talk about what's really happening. We need a Build Back Better plan right now.
We knocked on door.
He's heading into the bathroom. She goes into a bathroom stall and closes the door.
Knocked on doors for you to get you elected, and just how we got you elected, we can get you out of
All
office
right,
if you don't.
pause it. She is an elected official who's in a woman's bathroom with the door closed to a stall,
Yeah.
presumably to go to the bathroom. Could be to hide.
Yeah.
And there's a
Well.
dude standing in the fucking woman's room filming her in the bathroom.
But that's cool now.
Well, interesting. We've blurred the line on the bathroom so much and at this spa so much that, yeah, that guy doesn't think there's no harm, no foul.
Right.
There's just a bathroom. There's not his bathroom and her bathroom.
Right.
There's just the bathroom. And we can just follow this woman in. Now, it's not like she was washing her hands.
No, she is.
went into the stall and closed the door, and he's filming the stall.
How long do they have her cornered?
I don't know how
Like,
long.
a couple minutes if
This,
you want to.
this, yeah, goes on. It'd be
Yeah,
great.
she like flushes and she comes
Oh,
out to wash
really?
her
It'd be
hands.
great
Like,
if
you
she
can-
just dropped a deuce. Sorry, go ahead.
What you promised us.
We need 7 million citizenship for 7 million. We need the Build Back Better plan right now.
Full Archie
There's your
bunker.
Yeah, I was brought here to the United States when I was 3 years old. And in 2010, my grandparents both got deported because of SB 1070. And I'm here because.
Oh,
I definitely
hold
believe
on. There's another woman in the bathroom.
Somebody had a walk on.
Could you imagine you go into the woman's room to do a little offloading and a fucking camera crew shows up and piles in, is having a conversation in the stall right next to yours?
That's right up there with your worst nightmare.
Oh, God.
As a woman.
Damn. All right, sorry. Keep
Need
going.
this pathway to citizenship. My grandfather passed away 2 weeks ago, and I was not able to go to Mexico and visit him because there is no pathway to citizenship. And if we have the opportunity to pass it right now, then we need to do it because there's millions of undocumented people.
Can I say this for a second? In terms of your grandparents passing away, whether you're from Mexico or they were claimed by COVID, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
All grandparents pass away. Gina, ask me where my grandparents are. They're dead.
Oh.
They're fucking dead. You want to know why?
Why?
Because they're old as fuck.
Right.
And that's what happens when you get older. Sometimes you die.
Yeah.
My grandparents passed away. My grandfather passed away, and I didn't have... Yeah, everyone's grandparents fucking pass away, bitch.
That's what you should have said.
Jesus Christ. Should have just flushed that toilet every time she brought up Grandpa. Sorry. Go ahead,
Just like
Mac.
me, who share the same story or even worse things that happened to them because of SB 1070 and because of anti-immigrant legislation. And this is the opportunity to pass it right now, and we need you to...
Hold on. Right now? From the shitter?
Can I wipe first?
I mean, they do call it a throne.
Yeah.
So maybe she could make some
A
sort
decree.
of decree.
Yeah.
Here. Get my squire, my page, my scribe. Where's my scribe?
She just write it on the toilet paper as she
and
used
just
it.
roll it
Yeah.
out. Yes. All right. Sorry.
We need to hold you accountable to what you told us, what you promised us that you were going to pass when we knocked on doors for you. It's not right.
There's your answer.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor of human trafficking.
She's now walking
boy.
out of the shitter now.
The gig economy. I need you to stand by workers. Lots of people who are like me who became homeless and
Oh, boy.
At least he's getting the stink eye from the other
Literally.
chick who just went there to drop the deuce, who's like, why is this dude filming in the bathroom? All right. Anyway, she's a survivor.
Yeah.
I got two things to tell you, bitch. Everyone who's alive is a survivor, and then everyone who's old is dead. And that's kind of how we work things.
Whoa,
the people that are
whoa.
alive, we're survivors,
Yeah.
and then grandpa's dead. That's
Right.
how it works when you get in your 30s.
And
Your
then-
grandpa dies.
Right.
When did your grandpa die?
My grandparents died in their 60s.
So you were...
I was little, I was like 4.
Well, that's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not right.
It's not right. They didn't get to survive.
That's right.
It was horrible.
Dawson, your grandparents?
Dead.
Oh, man.
Yeah, believe it or not.
You should join that chick in the bathroom. Yeah.
I'm a survivor.
Max Pata, grandparents?
Dead.
Oh, man. Adam, grandparents? Dead. Wow. We should all get in the bathroom and film ourselves. Man, I didn't know this was such a fucking epidemic.
No.
All the old people dying? Not fair.
When you put it that way, I think it's something that they've been covering up. Most people's grandparents are dead.
Yeah. I think it's out. I think it's pretty common. Historically,
Yeah.
there's precedent
Yeah, you're right.
for it. Anyway, so we now live in a world where dudes walk into bathrooms and film people. And again, not just Kirsten Sinema, but other chicks that were just in the fucking bathroom.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
No,
Was this, just out of curiosity, was this like a government building?
I don't know
Because there could be some
where they did
legal
it.
issues with that.
I thought it was ASU.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
well, that. Oh, she's a professor there or something. I think that's what it was.
I don't know if you saw Saturday Night Live this weekend, but Cecily Strong played her, and she had big glasses and a blue necklace and an orange top, and she said, "I look like all of the Scooby-Doo
I
characters
know.
at once."
That made me
It was
laugh.
great. Can I please give a plug? They are featuring a gentleman named Aristotle Athari. That's Andy's friend, his co-host on their This American Lives podcast. He got SNL.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
He was in a couple sketches. It was very exciting.
Yeah, I saw the opening. I didn't see the whole thing. But good for him,
Yeah.
Aristotle. All right. Let's see. We got got a couple of phone calls up here. I'll just get to some of those. Enzo, 36, Fresno, California. Enzo. Meho.
Ace Man, get it on. Hey, Gina.
Hi.
I actually had a topic I wanted to share with you. I'm not sure if you heard about it or not. It's a shame Brian is not here to witness this, but after 19 years, it looks like the NFL has its first white cornerback, a guy named Troy Apke from the Washington football team.
Let me take
hear about
this.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, I have heard something about this, and it's weird because it feels quasi-racist to be rooting for it. But, you know...
a long way.
Yeah, it's been pert near 20 years since a white guy's played corner in the NFL.
Any white guy?
Yeah, Jason Sehorn was, I think, the last one for the Giants,
Right.
New York Giants. And, yeah, good for him. Diversity. Good. I like seeing people... I, in general, like seeing people that are out of their cultural position. Like in the Hard Knocks training camp with the Dallas Cowboys, they had this Mexican-born offensive lineman. He was playing offensive tackle. He's from Mexico. He's like the first person born in Mexico or something. I was rooting for him.
Sure.
It's just like to mix it up. You know, you got the gay guy from the Raiders, you know, good for him.
Yeah.
Like I think we all generally root for diversity.
Yeah, I think it's about time we got a white guy in football.
Yeah, and we break it on the defensive side of
Sure.
the ball, certainly in the skill position there on the defensive side of the ball. But yeah, I think in general we can all sign off on that.
Did you care at all about the Bucks-Pats game? Like, they really, boy, the way they marketed that on TV, it was like the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they had a torrential downpour, and I don't think Brady he didn't score any touchdowns or whatever, but he won.
Still won,
But they still won, but they won because the guy doinked it off the upright, but it was a 56-yarder. But it was a exciting game.
Did people end up caring about it? I mean, Belichick hugged him. Who's the new little young tyke, the new quarterback over there?
Jones, is it?
Mac.
Is it Mac Jones?
Mac.
Was it? Yeah. Yeah, he played well. I mean, it's all fine. It's all, you know, everyone wants... There's the game and then there's the story. You know, we're always trying to build the story into the game because somehow the game's not enough. So then there's the story and it's the two brothers that are coaching against each other for the first time and all that. It always gets built in now.
Right.
Everyone is looking for the secondary story.
Yeah, the beeline.
When I was growing up, it's just the game was the story. Yeah. That was enough. Now it's this guy got traded from this team, and now he's playing on the other team.
He fucked that dude's girlfriend.
That would be a much better story. All right, let's see. And then there is Dave, who wants to pull balls in Baltimore.
Hey, Adam, Gina, how you doing?
Hi, Guy.
Hi, Guy.
Mm-hmm. Dave?
Yes, sir. Do you hear me?
Yeah. You want to pull balls in Baltimore?
Yeah, I'd love to. I also offered a lift from the airport if you guys need one.
Do you have a hamper in the backseat?
Yeah, that's on my rider.
I can add one if it helps.
Great.
Yeah. It's got to be filled with your roommate's socks and underpants.
Yeah, we're not talking clean hamper.
Do children count as roommates? I'm past the roommate phase.
Oh, okay. Yeah, put your kids in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was from somebody.
I can see if I still have some of their car seats in storage.
It was me and Drew getting picked up from the airport, but a guy borrowed his roommate's Celica and it had a hamper in the backseat. In the backseat. You're picking up two guys.
Notable.
Loveline was huge.
Yeah.
We would sell out these college venues, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people. You're picking them up from the airport, and you've not thought to remove the hamper from the back seat, knowing that one of us is getting in the back seat. It's not a third row option, not in a Denali, in a Celica.
Right.
2 doors. Someone's getting in the back next to the hamper.
There was never a discussion. Like, there was never an apology. Like, sorry about the. It was as though it was as normal as.
Oh man,
the day is long.
It was only a few trips later where we got picked up by someone else from the student union after the show, and then they were driving us to
the dinner.
The dinner, and this guy swung by his apartment and left us in the car. Well, he went up to change his pants, and I'll never forget. He went from blue jeans to black blue jeans.
Yeah,
I was like, those are your pants?
Yeah.
You just went from one colored jean to the next? But we sat outside in a snowstorm literally a snowstorm, while people walked past us and banged on the window. Hey, it's Drew. It's Adam sitting in this guy's car.
That's the fucking best.
You can do anything you want when you're driving because it's not like we know the lay of the land.
Right.
So he picks us up at the venue and goes, yeah, I'm going to take you guys to the dinner. We're having a dinner for the student union, whatever, meet and greet. And we go, oh, okay. Yeah, hop in my car. Now you're driving.
Right.
But you're just somewhere in Muncie, Indiana. You have no fucking idea where this guy's apartment is or where the old spaghetti factory is or anything. And at some point, he's pulling up the driveway of his apartment. And here's what I'm saying. You can do whatever you want because what you do is as you put the car in park, as you get out of the car, you're telling your captives, you're basically telling your hostages what you're doing. So this guy's opening the door. Let's go run up and change. Jumps out, shuts the door. And he's gone. Now we can try to extricate ourselves from the back of the Celica and
you don't know
chase
where
him
the hula hands is.
up the stairs or something. There's nothing you can do. He's gone.
Oh, my God.
Just sit there. He probably went and rubbed one out, ripped a bong load.
And that guy's probably
changed his pants just as an excuse because he wanted to beat off and rip a bong load.
Yes, actually. And if my calculations are correct, this guy's probably a Gen Xer. So it doesn't matter how old you are now. If you go through that time period, you're a douchebag.
Right. Yeah. It was at some point after that we said we need a professional driver.
Okay, Mariah.
We can no longer just have the biggest fuck-ups on the planet pick us up at the airport in their unroadworthy boyfriends' cars or roommates' cars. By the way, how does the process work? There's the student union. You know what I mean? There's 9 people.
Right.
They book us.
Yes.
They would be like, we want Adam and Dr. Drew to come to our campus and speak on the 25th on a Saturday night. They go, okay. Then they go, who's going to pick them up from the airport? And somebody's hand goes up and goes, I'll pick them up from the airport. Shouldn't somebody say, Brett, you don't have a fucking car? Not, let's let the guy without the car volunteer to pick us up because I have a roommate with a super beat up Celica and a hamper.
Yeah.
I'll use his car.
Yeah, you should back out the cost and send a town car, but 18-year-olds don't know that.
Yes. We've had many, many, many of those rides.
Or you get in their car and they go, okay, so how do we get there?
That's Kansas
Where's
City.
the lead center? I'm going downtown.
That was Kansas.
That's right.
Yes. Where are we? Do you know how to get to the hotel? From the airport. No, we do not.
City you've never been.
We've never been here before. All right. But Dave, you want to pull balls in Maryland, huh? Or Baltimore.
Yeah, I got tickets to the 7 o'clock.
All right, 2 shows. That'll be, Magoobies, Joke House. That'll be November 5th. And, Dave, you're on.
All right.
I don't know what qualifies you, but I'm tired, and you're in.
that works for me.
But when people want to know how you pass this rigorous selection process, you just tell them Adam's lethargy. You're not allowed to say because anything good about you. You have to go, Adam was tired. He just said yes. Okay.
I just assumed the base qualification was, being awake and having a pulse. But your lethargy is a good excuse, too.
That'll be good. All right. Let's see. Oh, he co-owns a microbrewery. Well, now he's
you didn't
in.
even ask. Hey, did you ever notice somebody tweeted one time that they thought that saying hi guy was somehow homophobic? Mm-hmm. They don't know where that comes from. Maybe we should remind people where that comes from.
Yeah, that was from the Right Guard. It was a deodorant commercial with Chuck McCann. Chuck McCann was a huge, big in stature, character actor from the 70s and beyond. He was just one of these guys that would show up in everything.
Right.
And he had, by the way, one of the earliest big-time comb-overs. He had a big-time comb-over going back in the 70s. You had to have long hair, so if you were bald, you had to grow one side of your hair long and flop it over the other side. He had a big-time comb-over, and his name was Chuck McCann.
He was a puppeteer, too?
I guess. He was in with Bob Denver.
Okay.
He was in Far Out Space Nuts, another horrible offering from Sid and Marty Krofft. It was a Saturday morning thing. And he just did tons of appearances on stuff, and he was the Right Guard, or Arid Extra Dry? Was that the one? There was a deodorant.
Right.
I didn't know. deodorant was considered exotic at my house. Like, there was a lot of stuff that was considered like expensive and exotic. My mom didn't want to ruin the ozone.
Right.
So she couldn't have spray-on stuff.
Did she have that like salt rock?
She had like a ball of crystal or hemp or something.
Right,
but
right.
by the way, she didn't shave her armpits and she wasn't interviewing for jobs. So it's like she wasn't going anywhere. So we didn't really have deodorant in my house. I looked at that as, again, that was sort of exotic.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bubba Wallace winning today.
Oh, wow.
Second black winner, NASCAR. Also doing 2 shows. Just added October 30th at the Brea Improv. Rob Riggle's going to be up on stage with me there. So if you want to come out and see us, that'll be Brea Improv, October 30th. Oops, hit the wrong button here. Phil, 52, Wisconsin. Phil?
Hi, Guy.
Hi, Guy. Where's that commercial, Max Bada? It's
People are homophobic for assuming that that has anything to do with a gay person.
I think it's just one asshole.
It's from 72.
72.
Hi, Guy. Sid? Sid? What's this, a new kind of right guard antiperspirant?
Hi there. That's my new right guard natural
They share a medicine cabinet.
Light and fresh.
Each unit,
You know,
it's like a window.
Smell it.
Huh? Smells terrific.
It's right guard.
It's creepy,
Helps keep
too.
you dry all day.
New right guard natural scent.
Okay.
Does Mona know about you?
Oh, they moved.
Oh.
This is my husband, Bruno.
Bruno? Hi, Guy.
Hi, Guy. Now, again, we didn't have conventional forms of entertainment.
No.
This was
as good as it gets.
I would then show up to school on Thursday and go, "Hi, Guy," and people would laugh.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's all we fucking had.
That's pretty great.
That's all we had. We could repeat commercial battle cries.
Like lazy catchphrases.
Right. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Phil, you want to talk about Bubba Wallace's winning today and the second black driver to ever win a NASCAR race?
Yes. Also, first, I'd like to congratulate Gina on her wedding.
Thank you. It was really fun. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
You know what? I'll tell you, I thought I was going to be really nervous, and I thought, I was going to lose consciousness. I had so much fun, and as Andy and I were literally like skipping away, just being silly, I looked at him and I go, that was fucking fun. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Cool.
Hey,
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, Phil.
Tell us.
Yes, Bubba won rain-delayed Talladega. It was delayed till today, and I got off work early. Got to come home and watch it, and rain delayed again. Bubba had to sit there for like 45 minutes on pins and needles, and he got the win.
They got the win, but they ran it under full course caution or something, like it wasn't a shootout at the end.
Correct. Yeah, they red flagged it, and then they had them all on pit road for quite a while, and it was
It was like he won, but he wasn't the checker flag last lap,
like a technical win,
all that, right?
Right. Yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah.
Look,
but he was in front, and he was up there all most of the race. So
all right, we got a white guy playing cornerback. They got a win at Talladega. Let's say we're even.
What a time to be alive.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Phil. All right. Jesse May, I should say, Peluso is going to join us in a second. First, I'll tell you about Edmunds buying a car. Well, it's a big decision, and right now it is difficult. You need the information. It's very competitive out there. I mean, everything works. Everything is good. There's subtle differences between one brand, one make to the next. Edmunds does in-depth reviews and rankings to help narrow the options. They buy the cars. They don't get the cars because they cannot be beholden to the manufacturers. They buy the cars. They test drive the cars. They do long-term test drives. Like they'll drive them for a year, put a lot of mileage on them, figure out what breaks, what works, what all their different contributors like about it or don't like about it. Once you've narrowed down your list, Edmunds makes it easy to search for the car you want in your area, get accurate estimates so you know how much to pay, and connect with local dealers to set up a test drive or purchase. Right, Dawson?
Shopping for a car can be overwhelming. Edmunds is here to guide you to your perfect vehicle. Visit Edmunds.com to see their best car rankings and search for vehicles near you. That's EDMUNDS.com. For cars, there's Edmunds.
All right, we'll talk to Jesse May Peluso. Stand up, and we'll do that right after this.
It's Peacocktober. All month long, stream your Halloween favorites on Peacock. The biggest names in horror, like Freddy Krueger, Jason, Chucky, and more, streaming now. Plus, be the first to see Jamie Lee Curtis take on Michael Myers in the new movie Halloween Kills, in theaters and streaming only on Peacock, October 15th. And for a new universe of monsters, check out the Peacock original series, Girl in the Woods. Face your fears and stream it all this Peacocktober. Sign up now at peacocktv.com.
When you're sick, every minute counts. So don't go anywhere. Go to dispatchhealth.com, where high-quality medical care comes directly to you. No getting out of a sick bed. No crazy driving to an emergency room. No endless paperwork. No hospital waiting rooms. Visit dispatchhealth.com to learn about our medical professionals, then make house calls. Dispatch Health is covered by Medicare and most major insurance. Go to dispatchhealth.com.